today's tutorial, I have 5 unique no-heat hairstyles. The first 3 I think would be perfect for back to school. They're really quick and easy to do, and I have a variety of styles. We have a girly look, an edgy look, and something laid back. And then the last 2 are a little bit more formal, so they take a little more time. You might not want to do them in the morning before school, but for a job interview or if you have a fancy date or something, then these are great styles without heat, and I hope you guys like them. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you do, and let me know which look is your favorite. Subscribe if you're not already, and let's get into the hairstyles. This first look is an unexpected side pony using a couple of twists. This is how my hair dried naturally, and I have a side part going on. I do have some layers and shorter pieces around my face with my haircut, so I'm pulling my hair to one side and then letting some of those shorter pieces fall forwards. Divide your hair into 2 and create a small pony over the shoulder with the top layer. I just used a small elastic and then I pulled up top so I had some volume, and now I'm just taking a piece from part that didn't go in the pony and I'm going to create a small twist, pull it apart really slightly, and then I'm taking one bobby pin and pushing that into the elastic so that it is covered. And then I'm going to keep doing this in kind of an unexpected way, so I'm taking another small piece and I'm twisting it again, pulling it apart and creating another little loop around my pony and then pinning it in place. Here I'm just adding one more really slight little loop with a twist to it. You can do this a bunch of times and it'll look really neat, but I think for an everyday look you don't want to mess with too many bobby pins or else it can be a little bit of an uncomfortable style. So I like to have it just with the 3 loops, and then for the bottom you can totally leave your hair just flowing over, but I thought it looked cool to create a little bubble and have an elastic at the bottom, pull that apart, and you can have the ends just laying downwards. But I decided on the last loop there to only pull it halfway through so you get a little bubble. I feel like the look is very bubbly and soft, and this adds to the unique factor, so let me know if you like this look. And if you ever try out any of my hairstyles, makeup looks, I have these little hashtags going on Instagram. I don't know, I've never really said them out loud, I've just been doing them, but I do hashtag #JHairDay or hashtag #JMakeupDay depending on the look, and I think it's really cool because you can press that hashtag and see all the looks I've done as well as some people's recreations. So if you want to contribute to that, make sure you do it. I love to go through that little hashtag and like your pics. Bam! Here I'm rocking some blue and purple lipstick. I thought this looked really cute with the look. It's kind of an alien babe theme. So starting off, I just have my hair how it dried naturally. Again, you can do this with wavy hair, even curly hair, but I think it looks best if your ends are straight for this. And the first step is just having your hair parted in a diagonal. So instead of having it right back in a side part, have it so it goes back to your crown so that you have more of an even section to work with on either side. Again, I'm taking out some baby pieces around my ears and I'm just sectioning my hair backwards into 2 low pigtails. This by itself is super cute and reminds me of my Audrey Hepburn hairstyle I did, which had pigtails, and this is just a simpler version of it, but now I'm going to make them into cute little buns. Just using my fingers, I'm holding the bottom of my pigtail and then I'm teasing upwards. You can do this with a comb if you want to. You really don't need much tease, and once I have a little bit of a messy texture, I'm twisting the ponytail and I'm going to twist this really loosely again into a bit of a ballerina bun. As you can see, I left the bottom pieces out, and this is going to kind of give a look of faux short hair, which I think is really cool. Also kind of reminds me of Miranda from Lizzie McGuire, but if you're into something that's a little bit more edgy, I think this is a really fun look. Here I'm loosening up the top section so that it has a nice movement going into the little bun, doing a little teasing so that I have kind of a cool texture coming out, and that is all I'm going to do the second time. It takes 2 seconds and I think it's really fun. Once you've twisted the pigtail and you're going in to make the bun, make sure that you twist the hair away from you so you're going backwards towards the wall and looping it around so that you end with the piece that you want to stick out at the back side. I added some hairspray to make sure everything stays put, and this is the completed look. I love this one, something definitely a little bit different, but if you don't want to wear space buns at the top of your head and maybe you want to start with an edgy hairstyle but you don't want it to be that dramatic, then I think this is a really cute one, and also, like I said, looks like you have some short hair. And I love to experiment with that without actually cutting my hair, so it's a great look. This next look is probably the least unique because I've done braided pigtails on my channel a bunch of times, but it's something that I love to do and I think is really flattering. So the first thing is a diagonal part like in the last look, and then I'm just taking a teasing comb and teasing around my part a little bit, and I'm actually going in with some dry shampoo, and this one is specifically for dark hair and I love this brand. Next, just bring your hair over to either side and I'm brushing it out. Now we're going to do a really loose over the shoulder French braid just at the top. I did this with the Selena Gomez back ponytail and I love the look of it, so I thought I would make it into a pigtail hairstyle as well. So pick up half of the section and using the top layer there, divide it into 3, and you're going to do a normal French braid, so you're adding in a little piece from the bottom layer each time you go in, but add quite a chunky layer so that you only have to do a couple of stitches of French braid until you have all of the hair included, and then just braid down a little bit. So I only did 3 stitches of French braid, and now I'm just doing 3 stitches of normal braid, and I'm going to tie the hair off with a mini elastic. This is why this look is so easy to do, because if you're not great at French braiding, it doesn't matter because you can see it over your shoulder. It's really easy to do. I really love when a braid is really fluffy and this makes your hair look super thick. So I started with the side that was touching my shoulder and then went in on the inside there and just made sure I liked how everything was sitting. If you have some short pieces that don't cooperate like I do in the front here, I like to pull it out of the braid, do a little twist, and then intertwine it into the braid so that it stays, and this also gives it a really pretty texture. And once I have the elastic all covered, I make sure I still have a little piece at the end so that it'll flow into the pony and not stick right out. But I'm taking another little mini hair elastic and I'm going to make sure that the end is secured in there, and then I just readjust this hair so that you can't see the elastic, and it holds so much better than using a bobby pin. So I love to do that, and if you have any little pieces sticking out, I still think it looks really cute, so I don't worry about it being too perfect, and I'm just going to repeat this to the other side. This next look is a pretty fishtail updo, and it's actually really easy to do, but it looks a little bit more fancy, so you could wear this to a date or to work if you have to dress up a little bit. So first I'm just starting by brushing out my hair, and then I'm going to create a half up, half down look. So I'm taking my fingers, running it along my head, picking up half of my hair, and then I am just twisting this into a little bun at the back of my head. I'm just tightly twisting to one side, and I'm going to bobby pin this in place. Then I'm going back to the front there and making sure I like how it looks, so I'm picking up some pieces and hairspraying it upwards just so I have some texture, and bringing some little pieces out at the front. With the rest of the hair, split it into 2, and we're going to create a fishtail braid. If you don't know how to do this, I'll have a link down below. I just don't want to have this tutorial be too long, but pin the ends with a couple bobby pins, and we're going to do the same thing with the other side, but make sure that it's laying on one side so that you see the detail when you look at it from the side. And with the remaining hair, toss it over to one side and start fishtailing again. If you need a refresher, you just take the piece of hair, divide it in 2, and then you're taking a small section from the outermost side, crossing it over, and then joining the other section. So it's really easy when you get the hang of it, but again, there will be an in-depth tutorial, and then just keep on going, and once you have it completed, really loosen up this braid just so you have a difference between a tighter and a looser one, and then pin it into place again. This is just a nice way to have a base bun and then add some braids over top. Looks really fancy, but it's really not hard to do. And then I make sure that the ends are tightly braided, and I can pin them in place as well, just so you don't have any flyaways. And I prefer to do looks more off to the side, so I brought the braids all over to one side so that you have more braids on one side and then the other looks more slicked back. I do this in my other look as well. I just find it's really easy to do things in the mirror when it's more off to the side, so that's why I do it. And this next look is also updo, and I think the most like vintage looking, so keep on watching. This next hairstyle I'm calling the side halo braid. I think this is so elegant and pretty, and it's actually really easy to do. So the first step is just to brush out your hair, and we're going to create a half up, half down Ariana Grande style. So you're just picking up the hair from your ears and then using a ponytail and securing it. Next, just normally braid your hair, nothing to it, and once I'm about midway, I'm taking a piece from right behind my ear just to connect the hairstyle so that it'll stay put a little better. Once I have tied that off with an elastic, I am pulling the braid out so it's really fluffy. You really want to fluff this out, and then take the sides of those fluffed out pieces and cover where you can still see your scalp. So this is going to make it look like you did a French braid. It's kind of like a hack on how to make it look that way without French braiding. Of course, you can go in French braid, but I think this is easier, and then you have more hair left over. So then I am just going to braid normally down the hair that I have still left over. Again, really fluff it out, and by my neck, see how it's a little bit looser there? We're going to twist this a little bit so that it's a bit tighter, and then place that braid right beside the initial braid and bobby pin it down. See how I have an end there? I'm just going to pin that within the initial braid so it kind of all looks connected, and I think this is really unique. I did go in and fix up the bottom there. You can't really tell that I did that because it was all out of focus. For some reason my camera went a little crazy, but hopefully you understood how to do this one, and I love this look paired with red lips and some dangly earrings. For watching. I hope you guys enjoyed these hairstyles, and if you did, as always, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. And I did just get a PO box, so I'll have that in the down bar. I'll do like a more formal mention of it, but I thought I would in this video as well. So if you want to send me a letter, I will send you one back. I have some cute stationery, so I'd love to write a letter to you. And yeah, you can find me on Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm always under Jackie Wyers, and I'll have the links down below to it, as well as all the products I use on my lips, because in these videos I switch up my makeup just to keep it fun, and a lot of you guys usually ask like what lips I'm wearing, so that is in the down bar as well. And I really hope you guys liked this video. Make sure to keep on watching if you are looking for more hairstyles, because this is in my hairstyle playlist, so there's lots more ideas like this coming up, and I will see you guys in my next video.